Yeah, you will be able to use the Q&A box. There's no voice as of now. In Kindly use the Q&A box to type out any of your message, any queries that you would have. I will try and answer them as we go along. Okay, we will start the session. Welcome to all. My name is Lokesh. I'm part of Algomojo team. Uh, Today's presentation is going to be on how to use Algomojo to uh, automate any strategies or any indicators that you would have in various platforms like TradingView, Amibroker, charting, etc. Now, this session is getting recorded. So in case if you'd like to have a look at it again, it will be available. Kindly use the Q&A box to ask any questions related to the platform, how to use it, how to integrate with various tools, and it could be anything about the integration part and how to do the setups either in TradingView or Amibroker, which we will be able to see today. And in case you have any specific strategy or specific indicator that you want me to use and show the demo, I'll be very happy to do that also. Kindly use the Q&A box and type out the message as to what is that you would like to have a look at it. Otherwise, the plan is to look at some popular strategies in TradingView. How do we integrate those, like a super trend, or it could be an indicator like an RSI, or a trend line breakout or breakdowns, or price action based support and resistance levels if they are reached, how to close a position which has already been taken either automatically or using uh, the manual process. So either way you can integrate it to trigger the orders, either to buy at a support level or to sell at a resistance level kind of thing. Now, feel free to ask any kind of questions you would have or anything specific that you want to see in the platform. Um, I'll try and show that and try and answer those queries that you would have. Right. We will start with a small presentation. Yeah, to begin with, let's look at what is the agenda. We will look at what are the core features and benefits that Algomojo platform provides. Then we will look at. Are you not able to see my screen? Somebody is saying that it is black, blank, black. Can anyone confirm? Are you able to see the presentation? Yes, I have a confirmation it is working. So I request you to kindly log out and log in. Others are able to see the screen. In case if it is coming blank or if it is totally black for you, kindly log out and log in. Yeah, we will look at how to do an integration using TradingView for placing orders automatically that could be generated from any strategies or indicators or price-based actions. Now, in case if anybody is wanting to know how to use Amibroker, we could have a demo of that also. Amibroker is an excellent tool, but it requires a lot of experience in terms of using the tool as such. It is very good for pretty fast in terms of executions. The backtesting facilities, especially, and optimization facilities are excellent in Amibroker. We will have a look at the kind of support structure that we provide, and queries you can ask them whenever you have a doubt or whenever you need any clarification or you would like to see anything specific. You can try and ask them in the Q&A using the Q&A box. Yeah, Algomojo is a web-based platform. We don't have any mobile app as such. So using any of the browsers. It could be Chrome, it could be Safari, it could be Edge, anything, any web browser. You can use that and then log into our website and start using all the facilities and features that are available. There's no mobile app or system app, computer app. There's no Windows app as such. So it's a web-based platform totally, and it is designed to help people who trade and people who invest to decide and place orders efficiently. We have integrated our platform with various tools like TradingView, Amibroker, MT4, charting. Then there's a bit of integration done in Excel also. However, somebody was asking whether you can use Excel. See, it is not a completely automated system which is available using Excel as such. It will still be that you have to go and press a button. If you're looking at a completely automated Excel kind of module wherein the Excel module could read the live data, and whenever the price is reached or whenever the levels that you're looking at is reached, it can trigger an order and which can get placed in your broker account. Such a facility is not yet available in Excel as such. However, you can use these solutions which are TradingView, Amibroker, NT4. In Google Sheet also there is a bit of integration done, but again I would say it is not completely integrated for totally automated placement of orders. Python, if anybody is using Python, we have an excellent library. You could refer to the library and place orders from a Python platform itself. We provide connectivity, or API integration has been done in close to about 28, 29 brokers. So if you have an account with any of the brokers with whom we have done the API integration, you can easily start using a platform and for automating your signals. Yeah, I will show the Python library how to access it also during when we get into the actual platform usage. We provide various execution modules, whatever simple codes are required to be used for automation. It is made available to the users. All you need to do is just do a small copy paste from our platform. You copy these codes and paste it in TradingView or Amibroker or charting kind of platforms, and we will be able to receive the signals and place orders as per your requirements. Then we have tried to make this platform as simple to use and as easy to use. So you need not have to have any kind of programming or coding background or knowledge to automate any strategies. All you need to have is a good strategy which you have tried, tested, and you have done your back testing and found it to be suitable. And you want to place orders whenever those strategies are giving an entry or an exit. So we are there to help you out to do that process. You using one or two simple copy paste kind of activities. We will look at some samples of how to do that automation, how to do a copy paste, from where to pick up the codes and modules and paste it in TradingView or any broker kind of platforms, so that you get an idea and you can try it out. You will find it pretty easy to use, pretty simple to use, nothing complicated at all. In case if there is any clarification or any, if you find any difficulty in using the platform, you can always get in touch with us. Our support team is available on all days including Saturdays to help you out, to guide you and assist you in terms of how to integrate or how to use a platform and integrate with the strategies that you will be running. Some of the key features would include things like you can tailor make what is that you want to trade. Suppose you're a trader who want to trade in Nifty or Bank Nifty, any of these indices. You want to do scalping, you want to do swing trades, you want to do personal trades. It could be in stocks, futures, anything. As a trader or an investor, you want to automate and place orders. Our platform, you'll find it suitable and you'll find a lot of value that we can bring into your trading and investment journey as such. Now, this is a one-time setup that you'll need to do in our platform, and then go to your charting tool and do a small alert creation or a module insertion in Amibroker. Or if you are using a tool like charting, all you have to do is, if you have a scanner, you will need to just paste the webhook URL for the scanner, which is giving you the buy or the sell signals. Yeah. Then we support segments like equities, futures, and options. You will not be able to use the platform for services like cryptos or forex kind of markets. It is more focused on the Indian exchanges as such. So it could be NSE, it could be BSE, it could be MCX. Any of these exchanges you will be able to trade and um, invest as such using a platform. Then you can trade in dynamic options. It could be ATM, ITM, or ATM. Um, you can select up to 20 strikes in the money or out of the money, depending on what you have selected. At the time of receiving of the signal, we will look at what is the spot price of the instrument that you are trying to trade. And suppose you have selected ITM 5 in Nifty. So at that point in time, when we get the signal, we will pick up the ITM 5 strike price and place orders for you. Yes, commodities is supported, MCX is supported. Yes. So you can trade in futures and options, all the products that are available in the commodities market as such. Then, if you're a buyer or even a seller, or you want to write options, it's possible using our platform. So whenever there's a signal coming in, you want to buy options, or even you want to write an option, say in the money or whichever site you're looking at, it is possible to place an order based on your selection as such. Then suppose you would like to hedge some of the main trades that you would be doing. Suppose like you're trading in futures and you'd like to hedge it with an option. You can do that also, either by buying an option or even writing an option. So hedging is also possible during the setup. Yes. Now, in case if the order quantity is large, we will take care of the splitting of the orders and place multiple orders to fulfill the quantity that you're trying to place. Um, so you need not have to worry about placing multiple orders. Platform will take care for you. We have provided the comprehensive risk management tools wherein you can set targets, you can set stop loss, and you can trail your stops also. Now, advantage also is that targets can be set either in points or in terms of percentage or in terms of end turn also. Another feature that is made available in our platform is that you can uh, uh, specify what is the kind of profit that you would like to take away from a trade which is running. Suppose you're a swing trader and you're trading in futures of a stock. We will track the profit that you would have made. And if you say that I have to lock in certain amount of profit, um, if the trade starts going against you, if it reaches the level of the profit that you were expecting, we will show the position, whatever is open, for each of the instrument that you're trying to trade. Now, on an overall basis, if you want to do a complete square off, such facility is still not available. Suppose you're trading in indices, you're trading in futures, you're trading in futures of stocks, or you're trading in some other options, and you would like to look at the profit or loss of all the instruments that you're trying to trade and choose an order. Not yet. Such facility is under development still, but individual instrument that you're trying to trade, based on the M2M or the profit, we can try and close those positions for you when the targets are achieved. Yes. Um, Let me try and understand this query. Somebody is asking, please advise on the backend data provider if it's not confidential to disclose, as data is most important, and also tick by tick. See, we are not a data provider. Suppose you are using Amibroker kind of environment and you want data. There are various vendors. Algomojo also is a franchisee for global data feed and true data. Now, in case if you need services of these data providers, we can help you. Otherwise, if you are using any data provider, you can use them. See, what happens is we are just an execution platform. So there's no question of we providing you data as such. So you are running your strategy in, say, Amibroker or TradingView, and you're sending us a buy or a sell signal to place an order. So we will pick up those signals and place the orders for you. So there's no way where you will need to, you can define data or your strategies or indicator in your platform itself. Hope that clarifies. There's one more query. You mentioned that for options up to 22 strikes can be used. For manually created option strategies, can all strikes of the instruments be visible? See, when you are, we will look at the method of creating uh, the strikes of, or using the strikes for trading in options. So right now, what we show in our platform is in terms of ITM 1 or ITM 2 or ITM 3, that kind of thing. Not the actual strike price as such. It will not be like 25,500, 25,550, 25,600. No, the granular strikes are not made visible in our platform. We will say ITM 1, ITM 2, ITM 3 kind of thing as such. So we will look at how to select those also when we get into the actual platform usage. Now, for some people who have joined late, uh, my name is Lokesh, part of Algomojo team, and this session is about how to use Algomojo platform for automating your strategies, which you could be running in platforms like TradingView or Charting or Amibroker, MT4 kind of environments. So whenever those platforms generate signals for you to take an entry or an exit, we will be able to help you out in terms of picking up those signals and placing orders near brokers, respective brokers as such. Now the session is getting recorded. If you have missed any initial part of this session, you will be able to have a look at the recording later in the day. Kindly use the Q&A box to type out any messages that you would have. Yeah. So trailing stop loss is another facility for risk management, which is available, defined in our system. Then yes, you can exit based on the end-to-end profit or losses also. You can also customize the timings when you want to trade. For example, if you're a scalper, you like to trade only in the first 1 hour session when the volatility is pretty high, or towards the end of the market when the volatility could be high. You can specify that, okay, you want to trade from so and so time, say from 9:15 to 10:30 only. Or if you want to trade, say after 11 o'clock till about 2 o'clock, that's also possible. So you can define the trade time. So when you want to trade, in case if you want to go throughout the day, then you need not have, you can go with the default values. You need not have to make any changes in terms of start and end times as such. Now, if you are a trader for using weekly or monthly contracts, you can also set when you want to say roll over the positions if they are open. And if you're an intraday trader, you can also say when you want to square off the open positions of intraday. So those are flexibilities that are provided in our platform for efficient usage and um, usage of our platform. We will comment. We will when we get into the actual demo of the trading. We can look at some of the uh, things that are available for you to automate. So there was a query on multiple lists in TradingView based on 3 broker portfolio and buy and sell. Let's try and have a look at it when we get into the actual platforms. Now, yeah, you have flexibility to roll over any contracts, and continuing on the some of features that are available. Now, you can also define how much the maximum number of entry signals that can be active at a time. And you can also limit the total number of trades that you can do in a single day. Now, there are traders who say that, okay, I don't want to take more than trades in a day or five trades in a day. On a specified day when you expect the volatility to be pretty high, or the there are too many profits or too many loss making trades, you would not like to do any further trades for the day. You can stop that also. So you can say that I want to do only three trades in a day or five trades in a day, and any signals coming beyond that will get uh, rejected and the orders will not be placed for you. Uh, so I will show you how to set the trailing M2M when we look at the platforms. Now, if you are trading in options, like there are various strategies for option users. If you are doing any of them, you can predefine those option legs, and then based on a single signal, you can trigger all the legs which are involved in your option strategies. These signals can be coming from any of the charting tools, TradingView or Amibroker kind of environments. Now you can get notifications in your Telegram app. So we have a bot, a channel called Algomojo bot. So whenever there's a signal coming in or a trade getting executed, you'll be able to receive a notification also. The segments that you can trade is in cash market. You can trade in intraday, or it can be delivery or holding basis also. In terms of futures, you can trade in index, BSC, NSC, and commodities. Options can be either static or dynamic in any of the indices, Nifty, mid cap Nifty, or Nifty, Sensex. All these are available for traders and swing traders and scalpers. We have integrated with close to 29 brokers. The latest has been in stock. So if you have an account with any of these brokers, you can start using a platform. What we suggest is we give it 7 days trial for people to try it out. And in case if you find our platform to be suitable or meeting your requirements, you can get into a subscription method. And yeah, if you there's a special offer also. In case if you open a new account, then any of the seven brokers that are listed here, you will get the Algomojo API is also free of cost for life. So latest has been Zeroda. We were able to get into an agreement with Zeroda. So if you have an account if you open a new account using Algomojo platform, uh, in Zeroda, so you will be able to get free of cost APIs for life from Amibroker. You might be aware, Zeroda also has made their APIs free of cost. Earlier, they used to charge something like 2,000 rupees per month. That for retail traders, they had waived it off completely. And in case you want data to be fetched using API from Zeroda, they are charging it about 500 rupees per month for those kind of services for retail. Earlier, that also used to be 2,000 rupees. They've scaled it down to 500. And for API trade or placement of orders, it's completely free. So kindly use this facility and open a new account with any of these brokers and avail the APIs to be used for automation, uh, so that end to end there's no other cost involved for placing your orders from your charting tool to the broker. It will be completely free of cost, except your brokerage and other levies which are there. Maybe if you're using TradingView, then you will need a subscription of TradingView. If you're using an Amibroker kind of environment or charting or MT4, you will need data feeds and whatever fees they are charging. Otherwise, for automation, there'll be no charges involved at all if you open a new account with our reference. If you don't want to open a new account, we have a subscription method. If you find that our platform is meeting our requirements after the 7 days trial, you can take up a monthly or a half yearly or a yearly subscription, which is available. And on a yearly basis, it works out to 6,000 rupees. 500 rupees per month is what we charge for all the facilities that will be made available. Yeah, if you already have an account, you can try it out for 7 days, and in case if you find it suitable, you can take uh, the subscription from us. Right? And nowadays, opening account is mm, not a difficult process at all. Suppose you have an account already with some other broker and you want to avail this facility, you can open another account with any of these 7 brokers. Account opening is just a day's activity, so it's pretty efficient. Everything happens online. So try and uh, opt for this offerings that we have and get the APIs free for life as such from us. Now, when it comes to automation, it is done in 2 steps. So we will look at how to do that. First step is what we need to define in the platform, Algomojo platform. What is that we want to trade? Whether you want to trade in cash markets, whether you want to trade in equities or futures, whether it is intraday, what is the quantity you want to trade. Those kind of definitions need to be done as a one-time activity on Algomojo platform. And then we get into the second step where you need to create an alert in TradingView, or if you're using Amibroker, you have to just install a bridge and download a module and copy paste the book URL as a one-time activity. So once you do these 2 parts, you can leave the system to take care of all the signals that could be generated, that would be generated from your charting tool to be placed as an order in your account. You need not have to worry about uh, creating this every day or defining this every day. It all is a one-time activity, and it's a simple copy paste and kind of activity that needs to be done for automation. You need not have to get into any codes that are running of your strategy or your indicator in any of the platform. So it's simple drag and drop kind of thing. Sometimes in some places, um, uh, you do it for one time, and after that, even if you are not sitting in front of your system, or even if you switch off your computer, also not an issue. So when the orders are getting, or the signals are getting triggered from the charting tool, the signals will be picked up by or it will be sent across to Algomojo, and we will take care of placing those orders with your broker. All you have to do is in the morning, just log in and activate the strategy in Algomojo. Nothing else needs to be done. So let us look at our platform first and then get into the actual usage of the TradingView platform and see how we do an integration there. So this is website algomojo.com. Now, in case you want to open any new account with Algomojo as referral, kindly use this tab called Open an Account. It will ask for some basic details like name, email ID, and phone number of yours, and select the broker with whom you want to open an account. It will take you to the broker's webpage, and you will need to complete the account opening process of that broker. So normally they take a day or two to open your account and provide the credentials, which would be your user ID and password, which is what will be required to use our system as such. Now, in case you already have an account, you can log in with the same credentials that your broker would have given. All you need to do is get into this login button and select the broker which you want to use from the dropdown. For all the 29 brokers are listed here. We'll be using TradeGenie for today's demo. So the process would be similar for almost all the brokers. So all you need to do is select the broker from the drop down and say login with the broker, and use the same credentials which a broker would have given in terms of your client ID, password, and the TOTP as such. Let me log in. So you need not have to remember a new set of credentials in for Algomojo. It's the same thing that you use for everyday login needs to be updated here also. So enter your login ID, password, and the TOTP based on your broker's requirement. And yeah, it'll take you to a homepage like this. So the user interface for all the brokers will be the same. You will have a dashboard which will give you a summary of what is your funds, what is your holding, how many orders are open, or how many positions are open, and also gives you a facility to add watch list. You can add up to 5 watch lists here. On the right side, what you see is the dashboard, the order details, trade details, position, and holdings. These will be the information from the broker. Now, there could be a combination of automated orders and your manually taken orders. All that can be seen from here itself. Suppose you placed, say, 5 orders manually and 2 orders from your trading view, and say a couple of orders from charting. All that will be visible under the positions tab, and whatever is a trade that is taken, orders placed, will all be indicated under these tabs. These are broker terminal information, not the automated orders information. That will be shown separately as such. Now, once you log in, first time you need to get our APIs as such. The method of doing that is you will see a lot of tabs on the left side. Go to the topmost tab called My API. When you click there for the first time, it will ask you to generate an API. So kindly do that and take the trial API. For all users, 7 days trial will be provided. So you will get the API key and API secret, which is required for the automation purpose as such. So once you have the API, the next step is to define what is that you want to create as the first stage in Algomojo. So that we do it by creating something called a strategy under this tab called My Strategies. Go to this My Strategies tab. When you're doing it for the first time, it will be asking you to generate a new strategy or use this button called New Strategy and update these details of what you want to trade for the day or for the if you're a swing trader or an investor, you will need to define what is that you want to uh, invest into whenever there is a signal coming in. So some basic information needs to be updated, like just give us name. It can be something like we will first look at how to trade in Nifty futures. So we'll say Nifty uh, demo 2nd August. Can be any name. Then the next step is to update. There's something called a rule, which is pretty important. This is the most crucial part, which needs to be understood by all users. Based on the kind of strategy that you're running in any of these platforms, you will need to appropriately select the rule. Uh, I will explain in detail about these rules when we look at a chart as such, so that you will get a clear picture as to when to select which kind of rule. For the first demo, we will be using super trend. So the rule that will be applicable for super trend is something called stop and reverse. I will select this. Then we'll need to define what is that you want to trade in. So we'll say Nifty. It can be equities or futures or dynamic options. So we'll say futures. Then trading symbol will need to be selected from the drop down. Just type in the first few letters of the instrument that you want to trade. Something like, say, if you say Nifty, you give a drop down, select from the drop down the instrument that you want to trade or invest into. So we'll be selecting Nifty future contract. Then order type can be either NRML or MIS. MIS. For intraday, use MIS. For carry forward, it is NRML. Price as of now, all orders will be placed as market orders. There's no stop loss or there's no limit orders as of now available in our system. It is only the market orders that are currently available. So leave it to the default value of market. Then select the lots that you want to trade. Suppose you say you want to trade in 100 lots of Nifty futures. Just type in the number. You will also be able to see the quantity here. Based on the instrument, it will keep varying. If it is Bank Nifty, it is 35 into number of lots that you select. So if it is say Adani ports, then it will be 420, 475. Depend on the lot size, it will show you the quantity. If the quantity is larger than the freeze limit, then we will split those orders in multiple of the freeze quantity and place multiple orders. So you this will be selected automatically. In case if you want to vary this, there's a flexibility to change this also. You will need to keep it below the freeze limit, but otherwise leave it to the system to select the freeze limit and then place multiple orders for you. Now these are some basic things that you need to update, and after that we can get into the doing the setup in say TradingView. Any queries so far? Let me know. And there are some optional features, like we were talking about setting up, say, targets, stop loss, or trailing stop loss kind of thing. So, in case if you would like to use our system to do those, you can do that from here. Or if your strategy that you're running from any platform is taking care of those targets and stop loss, you need not have to do anything, any other setups here. So the first section or the second section, I would say, would be to set the target. It can be either in percentage, points, or end to end. Or suppose you say points, you can say, okay, I need, sorry, if you select percentage, you can say target can be something like 5%. And stop loss, you can set it again in percentage. You can say that 1% has to be my stop loss. If you want to do a trailing stop loss, you can do all those settings here. In case if you don't want to use any of these features which are available, just leave them or ignore the other fields which I have. We will be monitoring the stop loss from our system. So suppose you have said that, suppose you have taken a position in say Nifty future, and you say that, okay, my stop loss is say 50 points or 100 points. So we will look at what is your average price. Suppose you bought a Nifty future at say 25,700, and if you put a stop loss of 100 points, so we will monitor, and when the Nifty futures drops to 25,700 or 600, whatever is the value from your entry price, we will close the position. Right? We will not be placing the orders into broker terminal. We will be monitoring at our backend for the target and stop loss values that we would have updated. And when those levels are reached, we will send the orders to the broker. Right. Now, there's one more section below. This is where you set certain other optional things, like if you want to start the day, say from trading from say 11 o'clock onwards, for whatever reason you would have, or you don't want to trade, say after 2:30, if the market closing time, you don't want to take any trades, you can set the end time as say 2:30. So any signals coming in after 2:30 from any of your charting tools will get ignored, will not be processed. Yeah. See, what happens is if you're trading in say hedge, if you hedged your future with an option, and one of them is in loss, one of them is in profit. Suppose you've uh, set the futures target, and also you have set target and stop loss for both. Whichever gets hit first, it will be closed. The combined target and stop loss, it will not be monitored. Individual leg wise it will be monitored, and if those levels are achieved, it will get closed. Yeah, individual leg, if it is getting close, maybe you will need to, in case if you'd like to, suppose you have taken a futures and your PE or the option leg has become profitable because the trade is not going as per your requirement, then the option that you have taken will get closed, and maybe you can take one more option. Suppose you're taken, say, ATM, and that has become profitable and got closed. You can trigger one more ATM order for the same strategy. So it will get hedged with your futures. But it has to be triggered by you manually. System will not be able to take care of looking at both the futures P&L and also the option, the hedges P&L, and then close both the orders. As of now, no, it is still under development. Yeah, these are some of the optional things. Like if you are an intraday trader, then you can say what time do you want to square off the say intraday for example, or you want to do a rollover, when do you want to do a rollover, those can be set from here. And suppose you don't want to take more than 3 trades in a day, you can do that setting from say max daily signals. You can say that, okay, I don't want to take more than 5 trades in a day. You can set this to five. Otherwise, by default, it will be set to take all the signals that would be coming from your charts as such. So once you do these basic details of updating what is that you want to trade or invest into, and if you have no other settings to be done here, all you have to do is do a submit of the details that you want to trade and create the strategy. So we call this as a strategy, which will have the parameters of what you are trying to trade or invest into. So it goes in our platform as a strategy that you're trying to trade. So once you submit this, the things that you're trying to trade, for example, in this case, we are trying to trade in Nifty futures of August contract 100 lots and carry forward kind of thing. And the rule is stop and reverse. It will be saved, and this is a one-time updation that you need to do. And in case if you want to say change it any point in time during the course of the trading, you can come back and then say instead of 100 lots, you want to make it 125 lots, you can change that. Or you want to stop this, you can do that. So those kind of flexibilities are built in. You can it will be editable. You can edit any of the parameters which are available here. Yeah. It's a valid question in case we have hedged and we are looking at a margin benefit, but the option leg has got squared off. Then normally, sir, what happens is we will trigger the order from here, and if there's no margin, the broker will reject that order, saying that there's no funds available to close your option leg. If it is future, it will get closed. But however, option normally, if the funds are not there, it will not allow you to square off, but the order will be triggered from here and sent to uh, broker. Hope that clarifies. So order will not get executed. It could get rejected. Yeah. So after you submit, there are a couple of things that are provided. The most important part is the webhook URL. Uh, you can look at what is there in the webhook URL using this button. So it just basically contains details about the things like what is that you want to trade is we make out from here this value called TC underscore T 287. So we know that TC underscore 287 means we will will come to this strategy of yours and place orders for Nifty. Now, if you're trading in Bank Nifty, it will be a different number. If you're trading in one more stock, it will be a different number. So this is specific to your strategy that you want to trade, that you're trying to place an order with. This, but the rest of the things would remain constant, which are information like uh, the Algomojo address and your specific. We identify the user you from these details of API. These are nothing but your API key and the API secret. So when say from TradingView, we'll be using this in TradingView, using this in charting, using this in Amibroker. So whenever there is a signal, these platforms will send the details of either a buy or a sell to Algomojo along with these details, the rest of the details, from which we will be able to interpret to which customer it belongs to and which broker it belongs to and which instrument is the customer trying to trade. And in that instrument, what is that we need to place an order as? Is it Nifty futures or is it options or is it 100 lots or is it 125 lots? We will be able to interpret from this detail and accordingly we'll place the orders for you. Yeah. Now, good question. In case if you're an option buyer and you are wanting to hedge, and you can specify in our platform. I'll just show you that also how to do that. Which leg wants needs to be triggered first to get the hedging benefit or the margin benefit. It is if you're trying to hedge a future option with an futures with a option. It is always required that you take the option order first and then place the futures order while entering, and while exiting, the future needs to be taken out first, and then the hedge needs to be taken out, which is the option. So you can specify in the platform as to the order in which the legs needs to be placed. So you can say that my option order has to go first, and then the future order while entering, and while exiting, my future order has to get executed first, and then the option order. So it's a simple setting of in terms of priority uh, that can be done in our platform. I'll just show that also how to do that. Yes. Now, these are so webhook URL is very important when you're trading multiple instruments. Please ensure that you're referring to the correct webhook URL. It has so happened in our observation that if people are trading in multiple instruments and they have used the wrong webhook URL. For example, we have set this for futures, but the same is used in option setting also. Then instead of placing order in option futures options, it will place orders in futures. So those kind of mistakes have happened. Ensure that you are using the right webhook URL for while you're doing an integration in um, the charting tool as such. Now, for TradingView, there are a couple of more things provided in our platform. So this is, if you're running a strategy, then you need to use this code. All you have to do is copy it from here and paste it in TradingView. I'll show that also how to do that. And indicator, if you're using, there are for indicator automation, you will normally need to create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit, buy or sell. Then we'll be using these kind of codes. All you have to do is just copy these codes and paste it at a place in TradingView. And also the webhook URL needs to be copied from here and pasted. That is all needs to be done for automation. Any queries so far? So we'll get into the next stage of integrating with TradingView for a strategy automation. Yeah. In case you have any queries in terms of these facilities which are there, kindly let me know. Uh, I'll try and answer them. So this is one leg that we created for futures. Now somebody is asking for options. What we'll do is we'll create one more leg for hedging it with the future trade. For example, if there's a long taken, we want a say ITM5 option to be taken as a hedge, for example. So let's try and create that leg also. And here we'll say that if the we'll say NF hedge. We'll select the same rule, open reverse. We'll select the segment as dynamic and instrument we will need to select from the drop down. We'll select Nifty. Then expiry can be anything. So it could be, you can choose which contract you want to hedge it with. Suppose you say that you want to hedge it with the current month contract, you can do that. Yeah. If you want to do a selling of 20M or OTM 20 hedge, yeah, we'll do that setting. So current month, and then you can say here OTM 20. So you can select 20, and you can say instead of buying, you can say hedge selling. If you're buying, then if you're trying to hedge it, then you need to use hedge buying. Otherwise, use hedge selling. So, and suppose you want to hedge it with instead of 100 lots, you want to hedge it with say 50 lots. Nifty future we are trading with 100 lots, but hedge we are taking with for only 50. So that is what you can try and say here. So now you have created both these legs. One is for future and the other one is for option. So after updating these two, you can come down here and submit it and save this. So all details are updated here. Now we will need to combine the future with the hedge. That is will be done from something called My Strategy Groups. We go to this group and create a new group, so wherein we say that okay, I want to hedge my this futures, which is, for example, here, this strategy, wherein I want to trade in 100 quantity of Nifty futures. I want to hedge it with an option. Yeah. So we said that we want to trade in 100 lots of Nifty future and hedge it with 50 lots, not option buying, option selling of OTM 20. So we have created these two legs, and we'll give the priority here. We will say that I want to take the while entry. I'll need the option to be traded first, and then after that I want to trade the future. So you can set the priority here. So one means this order will be placed first, and then after that the futures orders will be set. For exit, what we will do, we'll do a reverse. We will say that let the futures be closed first, and then the option be closed second. So you can set the priority here. Suppose you have multiple legs, and say you are trying to do an option strategy which will involve multiple legs of buying and selling kind of things. You can give priority when an entry is happening. You can give priority as per your requirement. Which leg has to be traded first, so that you get better margins and better profits as such. So create these two as a group and give it a name. We'll say that, okay, Nifty Hedge um, demo, like demo today is 2nd August, and submit it. So when you are doing a group kind of when you're trying to wanting to execute multiple legs, we will need to use the webhook URL of the group and not the individual legs that we saw earlier. So similar, you will get a webhook URL which will pertain to this group. So you can see that this is the number has become different. So you will need to use this webhook URL and not the individual legs webhook URL for integration which you are going to do with TradingView or with Amibroker or any other tool as such. Yes. Now, similar, you will have the code for strategy if you're running. If you're running an indicator, you will have the codes here, which you'll be using at a later point in time. So these are all one-time setup. And in case you want to come and do some editing for individual legs, you will need to redefine by going back onto your strategy. Suppose enable this for paper trade. So instead of, sorry, my suppose you say that, okay, I want instead of 100 lots, I want to trade in 150 lots, and you can go and do an edit and say that, okay, instead of 100, I want to do 150, and submit it or save it. So system will take care of that for you. So once you have done these kind of settings or definition of what is that you're trying to trade in using Algomojo platform, the next step is to get into the charting platform. So today we will look at TradingView and see how we do a signal generated from TradingView, how to integrate that and place orders in your broker. Say, for example, in this case, we are trying to trade in Nifty futures along with uh, OTM hedge as such. The first step, you might be aware of using TradingView. You will need a subscription for TradingView for using for automation purpose, because the free version does not support the webhook URL facility. So once you have a subscription for TradingView, you'll be able to do the integration. So for the first step is load the instrument that you want to trade in. Today's to just for the demo, we will look at Bitcoin, because those markets are open. We should be able to get some live trades and get some live signals. So let's try and look at that. But the signals that will be coming in will place orders in Nifty future. So let's select this instrument. So we have this Bitcoin, the market is open, and next is to select the time frame that you want to trade in. Suppose you want to trade in, say, 1 minute or 5 minutes or whatever is your time frame that you want to trade, you're trying to trade. Select that. So we'll select 1 minute. And next is to load your strategy. See, TradingView, as you're aware, has got huge amount of strategies and indicators. Some of them are freely available, some of them are paid versions. Or if you are a coder, you can you've defined your own strategies. You're generating signals from there. You can try and integrate that and place orders automatically. Or if you've got a coder or you want us to code a certain strategy, we can take up that activity also and help you in terms of providing the code. It will come as an extra service. So let us know your requirement in terms of the strategy coding through an email. I will share the email details where you have to send your requirement, and based on the feasibility, we could come back and tell you whether it is possible, not possible, what cost, what timeline can would be involved. So once you have a strategy, load it. let me try and load the super trend. So you can use any strategy which is available in TradingView as long as it is giving buy and sell signal and has a facility to add an alert. You will be able to automate them. So let's use super trend for this demo. Now, super trend, I suppose most of you would have come across or would have used super trend for trading investment journey. It is always in trade, either long or short. So, uh, whenever the buy signal is generated, we want the order to be placed, and when the sell is coming in, we want the long portion to be closed or stopped, and a reverse portion to be taken. So that is when we have this rule called stop and reverse. I was telling you about these rules. Uh, if you look at the rules. So there are various types of rules, like stop and reverse is a rule which is applicable for strategies like or similar to super trade, which is always in trade. Just remember that point. Then you will be able to relate. It is always in trade, either long or short. So when a long signal is coming in, you want a long position to be triggered, and a short is coming in or a sell order is coming in, you want a long to be closed and stopped, or rather, or closed, and then a reverse position need to be taken. That is a short of Nifty to be taken. You've taken a long here and closed. Suppose you are taking a long position here, you want a long to be closed and a short to be taken. Or if you've taken a CE here, when the signal comes or a sell signal comes here, you want a CE to be closed and a PE to be taken. So for such kind of requirement, then you need to select this rule called stop and reverse. Now, there's another method is, there are strategies which would say, for example, take an entry of long here and a target is given and the trade will get closed and it will wait. So for the next signal, the next signal comes here as a sell. So it will take a short in futures or options, what you are trying to trade. And if the target or stop loss is hit, and then this trade is closed, and you will again wait. It could be for another sell signal or it could be for another long signal. So it is not always in trade, but intermittently in trade. So you have an entry and an exit, and there's no trade. And again, there's an entry and an exit. It could be long, short, or short, long, depending on the way the strategy is running. So it could be any method. Yeah, if you have something like long entry, long exit, short entry, and short exit, for such kind of requirement, then you need to use a rule like buy plus long plus short, buy sell. Long plus short, there are two versions. One is buy sell, other one is buy sell short cover. For your kind of requirement, most if you are using trading view and trading view is sending the signal of buy sell only for long entry, long exit, short entry, and short exit, then use this rule called buy sell. Now there are strategies or codes which are available, which could also send short and cover. Then you will need to use the short and cover rule. Otherwise, use buy and sell as the rule. So for your kind of requirement, kindly use this buy sell as the rule, which is like you have a long entry and long exit. So after that, there may not be any trade, and you will wait. It could be another long entry and long put exit, or it could be a short entry and a short exit. So, but make sure that it is intermittently in trade. Like you have a long entry and long exit somewhere here, and there are no trades. And then you have a sell entry and say sell exit here, and there are no trades still here. So, which is like intermittently in trade, not continuously in trade like a super trade. So, if it is continuously in a trade like super trend, then when a signal is coming in, you have to take an entry here. In this case, it will be short, and when the opposite comes, you have to close the short portion and take a long portion. For such kind of requirements, you will need to use the stop and reverse. So a detail, right? uh, so that's what long plus short buy sell. Long plus short buy sell is to be used when you have intermittently in trade, like you have an entry and exit. Okay. After that, there's no signal. Then you have an entry and there could be a exit. There's no signal after that. So for such kind of routes, use long plus short, buy sell. If it is always in trade, then use short and reverse, stop and reverse. See, short and cover normally is used in Amibroker in case your charting tool, trading view is sending is coded in such a manner to send short and cover also. Then use the long plus short, buy sell, short cover. You can use this fourth rule. Normally, 90% of the codes that we have come across will only be sending buy sell. They don't send short and cover in TradingView. Not many codes are available which send short and cover also in TradingView. But however, we come across short and cover in Amibroker, so that is why we have given this rule of short and cover. Right. So, so once you have done this, the next step, let me summarize. The first step is to select your instrument. The next step is to look at the time frame that you want to trade in, and then load the strategy that you want to trade, which is like a super trend or it could be UT board, any strategy. As long as it is giving buy, sell, and it is a strategy, you can bring in anything that is available on TradingView, and our platform can be used for placing orders or sending the orders or signals for automatically placing the orders into your broker account. So bring in any strategy. So we are not providing the strategy. We act as a bridge between your chart, your strategy place where you are running it from, and we pick up those signals and place orders for you. So you have that flexibility to choose what you want to trade in terms of strategy or indicator or any kind of study that you would have, right? So once you have done these three things, the instrument, the time frame, and the strategy loaded, the next step is to create an alert that we do by using this. If you go to the strategy that you have loaded, there's a provision, click on this more button, and it will ask you to add an alert on SuperTrend. It will open a pop-up box. For strategies, you will see this message under this. The message box is like you have to update. Let me say this again. When you click on a strategy, you have a pop-up box which will have settings, message, and notification. Right? And in the message box, whatever is the default content, just select all of them and remove it. And go to Algomojo. Since we are trying to trade from say multiple legs, somebody wanted to have a look at how do we trade say Nifty future and hedge it with say option OTM 20 option selling. So here what we're going to do is we will use the group that we have created. Go to this group that we have created and copy this code under the strategy and paste it in the message box. Just copy paste this, go to notification, whatever the default webhook URL you will find there, remove that and take it from this group webhook URL. Copy this from here and paste it here. In the message box, give it a name. Say, we will say NF, it can be anything, demo. That's all. So copy paste this message box content and update the webhook URL. That is all. And say create. So your alert will be visible here. And if demo, this is what we created. So whenever you get a signal, the order will be placed for you. Okay. Now, good question. So this is how we create an alert. And as you're aware, TradingView allows you to carry forward this alert for a long time. For example, here, I think they are given a validity till September. You can set the expiration also. You can, if you want to set it to some other date, it will keep running till then. Right? Say, for example, if you have taken 2nd September as the date, so you need not, you have to do this alert creation only once and it will keep running till 2nd of September. You need not have to create this alert every day. So it is a one-time activity of alert creation wherein you go and update this message box with this content and update the webhook URL and save it. That's it. And you need not have to put on your or open your trading view also. You need not have to do that. All you have to do is In Algomojo, you come here every day in the morning. You have to log into our web page, say around the market open time. Don't do it at say 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning. So you just have to log in every day. It is a mandatory requirement from the exchanges that the user has to log in every day. So and also broker would insist on providing a token every day. So it is required that you have to log in every day. It can't be open perpetually. You can't keep it say log in today and leave it like that, like in trading. All you have to do is just come in the morning and log in and enable the paper trade or the live trade. That's it. After that, you can switch off your computer. You should not log out from here. Don't log off. You can close your browser, even if your internet is not working or you close your system also, not an issue at all. As long as you have logged in to Algomojo and enabled the paper trade or the live trade, whenever the signals are coming in during the trading hours, we will pick up those signals and place orders for you. So you don't have to create this every time. It is a one-time creation, but you have to log in every day. Hope that clarifies. So in TradingView, it is a one-time setup. You need not have to do this every time. It will be available for you always. If you want to stop it, you can say just say pause. You can say pause it, stop manually, and whenever you want to start trading, you can come back and restart it. It will always be available for you. So, however, for Algomojo, it is important that you log in as close to the market hours as possible and then enable the live trade and paper trade. In case if you're logged in and not enable the live trade and paper trade, the signals will not be executed. It will get rejected. Right now, this is all is the setup that needs to be done. So we can wait for the signal to be generated from TradingView to see how the orders will be placed. Any queries on the setup? See, after you log into Algomojo in the morning, say your power is off, your laptop is shut down, you can shut down your computer also, and or your internet goes off for some reason or the other. Not an issue. As long as you don't log out from here, we will keep processing all the signals coming in from trading. Suppose you minimize this or shut down your computer. There is a buy, say sell is and now buy is coming in. We will take that signal and place orders in your account. So it's uh, pretty simple to and easy to set it up. All you have to have is a strategy which gives this buy and sell signal. And the steps to do the automation is that load your instrument. It could be Nifty, it could be Bank Nifty, it could be anything that you're trying to create. Today, for demos purpose, we have selected Bitcoin because the market is live and we'll be able to see some live signals here. That's the reason. After that, select the time frame in which you want to trade or invest in, and select the strategy that you want to trade. After that, go to this more button and add an alert. So for adding an alert, there is a message box that needs to be updated. The code is given by us. Go to Algomojo and copy this code from the strategy that we have created here. This and paste it in TradingView under this place. And under the notification, update the webhook URL that also is given by us. Copy this and paste it. Sorry, I had not copied properly. Copy this and paste it here. Right? And say create, it will be there. That's all as the setup. So you can bring in any instrument, any strategy, any indicator, any study. The steps are similar of doing it. So in case if you have any confusion, any assistance required in terms of identifying the rule or doing the setup, we are always available to you online. You can contact us either through a chat or through telephone or through WhatsApp. You will be able to get assistance immediately. We can log in using any of the desktop sharing instruments like your UltraView kind of thing. and help you in terms of doing a setup once or twice so that you get familiar with how to do the setups. After that, you can do the whatever steps are required and continue using our platform. It is a simple process of copy paste, two copy paste to be done. One is the message box content, the other one is the web URL. Nothing else to be done. So first you define what is that you want to trade in Algomojo, whether it is Nifty, Bank Nifty, stocks, futures, options, whatever the quantity, intraday, positional, any of those. And then do the setup of alert in TradingView. That is all is are the steps required to place orders into your broker account whenever there's a signal coming in from TradingView. Now, it could so happen that, okay, now there's already a trade running. How do I automate this? There's a short running. I want to take the short trade. How do I do that? Manually, because the signal has already come a bit late. We are a bit late in terms of handling this. So what we can do is we'll go to Algomojo. This is the group strategy that we just created. As you can see, we are to trade in Nifty futures and Nifty options out of the money, and futures is 100 quantity, and these are all carry forward kind of trades. This is the setup that we have done. So we will, if you want to take any manual orders and after that you want it to be handled by Algomojo, you can still do that, but you have to trigger the order from the place where you created the strategy. So in this case, we will say that, okay, we will do a sell signal manually. So when you do a sell trigger from here, the orders will be placed. You will be able to see you've taken paper trade. You can see those signals here. So it will show you under this tab called My Signals, My Group Signals. When you go there, it will show you that there is a sell order which has been generated manually. So in the status is completed. And what are the signals? You can see that we had said that we want hedge to be placed first. So as you can see, the hedge order has been placed first, and then the futures orders has been placed. Both are sell, these are entry. And what are the orders placed? You can see it from this table. So we had selected uh, 20 options out of the money, OTM 20. So that is what is placed. And after that, the futures. So the positions that are running currently, you can see that this is 23,450. This is OTM 20 strike, 50 lot, and it's a hedge selling that we are trying to do, and Nifty short position has been taken. So now what happens is when say TradingView turns to buying, so it will close these positions which are taken and take the reverse position. So here it has taken short, it will take a long portion in futures, and here it has sold CE, it will sell PE. Sorry, it has it is a short portion in Nifty, so it will sell the hedge of PE. And if when you take a long portion, it will sell the CE. No. Suppose, like as I was mentioning earlier, now in case if a target is hit for your option trade or a stop loss is hit, then the order will be sent to the broker from our end, and if the funds are available, it will get executed, and the leg which is open, which will continue running. But if your margin is not sufficient, the option trade might will get rejected, saying that there are no funds. Then either what you can do is you can manually take the say you have triggered this order in the morning, you can go and trigger another order from here itself. The option leg that you have created, you can go and say when you do a sell, it will trigger say buy for the example in this case, because we are trying to hedge selling. Then it will trigger from here, and then that order will be executed, and the system is also updated saying that this is running, and then you can close your hedge which was rejected at the broker's end from your broker terminal. Automatically that kind of provision is not there. So you can't keep rolling the strikes uh, when a order is placed for target of stops being achieved. Yeah. See here, this you mean to say, somebody is asking, where do I see my P&L? As you can see here, see this could be that there's some demo happening. So exchanges, they keep running this demos uh, for testing purpose on weekends. So maybe that is running and that is giving us the LTP. But otherwise, on a holiday, it is normally not, you'll not get any updates. Today, it looks like there's uh, they have this, they keep doing this BR test kind of thing, which is happening on weekends or when the markets are closed for testing purpose. So they do provide these kind of. So that is why we are getting some price updates. See, when it comes to SEBI's algo regulation, as a retail user, uh, uh, see, as of now, see, if it's an institution, you have to get your algo certified by the exchange authorities, and then once it is approved, you will be able to execute them. However, as a retail user, for your own use, there's no such kind of requirement as long as the number of orders that you're triggering is less than, I think, 10 orders per second. Then it is not an issue. If you're firing more than 10 orders per second, then those kind of strategies will need to be approved by the authorities. But otherwise, you can run any strategy. You don't have to have any approval. And yeah. See, uh, sometimes what happens is, depending on the broker, the kind of API updation which happens for real-time processing of prices or uh, publishing those or making those available to be seen on our system, there could be delays in terms of price visibility, but not in terms of order execution. Uh, we are a bridge provider. Typically, what we are doing here is that whenever there is a signal coming in, we pick up the signal and send it to the exchange for order placement. There's no other processing that we are doing, except that we are trying to see what is that you want to trade, and we pick up those quantity instrument and then send it to the broker. So there's no processing done at our end. So all processing of strategy is being done at the trading views end. We are not doing any processing. So we are not dependent on any data feed kind of thing for placing orders. However, when you have to see, when you're seeing these price updates, it sometimes so happens that you may not be getting a real-time update because depending on the broker, the API updation of the prices may not be immediate. So normally we suggest to people to not to go by what you're seeing as NTM or Kindle on Algomojo platform per se, but look at your broker's terminal, which will have the actual M2M and P&L kind of details. There could be delay in terms of the visibility. But however, when an order gets executed for entry and exit, you will have the actual figure. Suppose the trade gets closed, you will get a summary of that here, and you will be able to see the actual entry and exit and profit realized. There will be no mismatch in that as such per se. See, we are not, I would say that we are not similar to, say, a Tradetron kind of environment. We are just our street or any other platforms. We are a bridge provider. The advantage being that you can bring in any strategy that you want to trade. You can code your ideas, you can code your requirements and run them in TradingView or Amibroker or any of the platforms. You're not dependent on us to execute to run your strategy per se. Whereas in a Tradetron or other platforms, you have to go by what they provide you, and you don't have the may not have the flexibility to tweak them, or uh, may not be requiring meeting your exact requirement or ideas that you would have. So that way, we are giving you a flexibility, saying that you bring in your strategy and run it on any of the platforms. We will help you to execute those signals into your broker account, and you're not dependent on us for say strategy, or we have heard of situations where due to platform failure or access failure, very rarely it has happened, but sometimes it has happened that clients were not able to access and close an order, whereas such kind of difficulty is not there with us. Suppose, say, so we, I'm not saying that we are 100%, we promise 100% uptime. We try and provide as high a uptime as possible. In case if there is any issue in terms of accessing Algomojo to look at your order or make any changes in your order already taken, if you're not able to do that, you will still be able to go to your broker account and close it from there also. So you're not locked in to us for any kind of execution after a trade is taken or before a trade is taken, kind of thing. So that is a method of that gives you a different perspective in terms of how you handle your trades. So, whereas there are platforms where you are completely dependent on them to enter and execute and then close those uh, positions as such. Yes, we are just mm, bridge. We are acting like a bridge. We pick up the signal and then place the order in your account. Yeah. Yeah, good. In case if you suppose you have a strategy and you're running it in trading view and you want this yeah, just park the same orders on your friends and relatives, you can do that. I'll come to that in a minute. Now, while we were discussing, there is a buy signal which has got generated on this. So this entry of sell we had taken manually. Now on the chart, a buy signal has come. As you can see here, there's a buy which has come in here at around 1124.50. Let us look at what has happened to this signal. If you go to Algomojo and go to group signals, as you can see here, we had taken this order manually, and this is the IP from where we had placed the order. That was my laptop. Now, a buy signal has come at 1124.50, and it has come from this IP. You can make out that it is from a different system. You look at the signal, what has happened. So you have sell, which was the action which was going. Buy has come, so the exit has happened, and buy entry has been done. So in a similar order. So the future will get executed first, and then the option will get closed second, so that you get that margin benefit. And while placing a new order, the option is bought, and after that, the future is bought. So the current orders are these, and the portion will be, we have the close portion of these, and uh, since we are looking at options selling as a hedge, earlier it was PE which was sold, that has got closed. Now the short portion of future has become long portion, and it is hedged with a CE of sell. Yeah, let me try and explain how to do a copy trade kind of thing, where you want to exchange or share similar your signals to others. So suppose you have a strategy like super trend, and you want to trade the same signals in your account and your friends and family's account. All you have to do is everybody should have an account with their broker with subscription to Algomojo also. Suppose you take a subscription if you have an account, or you have opened an account with using Algomojo as a reference and taken APIs from Algomojo. So all of you, say you and say three of your friends have got the APIs from Algomojo, and you have the strategy and you have the subscription, one subscription from TradingView. Now, whenever TradingView gives you signal, the order can be placed in your account plus three of your friends' account also. The method to do that is that you will need to create a strategy under your name. So let's look at, say for example, this is the future strategy that we just created. Let me close this for now. Okay. Now under this action, there is something called publish signal. So when you use this, you are publishing your signals to your friends. You can publish the your signals or trades to your friends and family members. So when you say signal publish, it lasts. There's a disclaimer once you click that. You can add your friends here. So the method of doing it is, suppose your friend one has got an account with say Zeroda. Okay, and the client ID is, say for example, um, okay, and you can give a validity also. So I want to extend the signals to my friend till say 31st of August, and add him as a follower. And you can keep adding. You can add about 10 accounts into the same strategy. Okay. So once you have added, now this person will also log into Algomojo, and he will accept this request which has come from you. So, and he will create a similar strategy here. Now you have said that you have created the strategy for trading in Nifty. Now your friend one could wanting to trade in say 150 lots. Friend two wants to trade in 200 lots. Friend three wants to trade in 50 lots. Now one friend would like to do this intraday trades, or the other friend would like to carry forward. So you can set uh, as per the requirements of each of your clients and friends and family members. So somebody might like to trade only 5 lots. So they would create a similar page for that strategy, and they will accept your request, which you have done from your signal, from your strategy. From here, you'll be able to see the followers also. Once they accept, it will be showing as status as accepted. So what would happen is, suppose you have added three friends and plus along with you. So whenever there's a signal coming in, sorry, whenever there's a signal coming in for this Nifty future strategy, the same signal will be sent to your friend, and your whatever is the parameter he has set. Somebody is wanting to trade 20 lots, somebody is wanting another person is wanting to trade 100 lots. So based on what he has defined under his page, like what you have defined here, those many lots and orders will be placed. Now, suppose you are handling your customers. Okay. Now, handling 20, 50 customers becomes pretty difficult. Method of doing that currently is using Edge as a browser. You can use a different browser. We have seen or come across people who use Chrome browser with different accounts, Chrome account for each user. If there are 5 users, you can create 5 profiles, and in each of those profiles, you can log in on behalf of your friends also, and you can manage all that from your system itself. Suppose you have 20 of them, you will need to create 20 profiles one time. But however, in the mornings, you will need to log into all those accounts. It can be any number of clients. Now, under the same browser, to create multiple logins for different clients, as of now, it's not possible. Now, suppose if I try to log into this account, which is I'm using 3Genius account. In the Edge, I'll not be able to log into, say, my account in Zeroda. I'll need to go to Chrome and then do it, or I'll need to use a different profile and then log into that browser. Using a different profile, you can create different profiles in the browser, and use for different people or customers of yours, and create the entire thing and manage it for them. Try it out with say a couple of people, and then you can scale it depending on if you find it if you find that it is possible to manage 20-30 accounts, you can do it. But only thing is that your trading view subscription and alert creation is just once, not a difficulty at all here. However, everyday morning's requirement of logging into each page or each client and switching on the strategies, like you have to log in and switch on the strategy, is an activity that you need to do depending on how many clients or friends you have, you're trying to manage. If it's 20, then you have to log into each of those pages and enable for each of them the trade for live trade or paper trade. That will be the only activity which could, if the numbers are large, it could be a bit time consuming, and you might, if you have to do it every day, then that will be an effort that you have to do. Yeah, any queries? Yes, any queries? Yeah. So, like, so this is one method of, so you bring in any strategy, any ideas that you would have, run it as a strategy here, and it can be automatically, or the signals can be automatically processed, uh, and the setup. See, using third-party service provider for copying trades taken, he will need to allow you to take those. Yeah, it is possible. See, like you are setting up your clients, yeah. Your friend is running his strategy, and you would like to take some of his trades, what he is trying to do. So both can get processed. So suppose he is using a different platform, if they have a copy trade facility there, and you need to follow that process to add you into that group, and whenever signals are coming from there, and that those orders will get placed into your broker. We will not have any restriction placed. You can place orders from any number of uh, platforms manually, automatically. Um, Not an issue at all. So whatever integration has been done is from our platform is linked. So say there are strategies running in TradingView, and your signals coming from TradingView, we will process those signals and place orders. If it is coming from a different platform, that those orders are going to your broker directly. It is not coming to our environment at all. So those orders get handled in a different manner. So in your accounts, for the same brokers, you have accounts with orders which are processed from Algomojo, the orders processed from a different platform altogether. There could be manual orders at your place, irrespective of that. So we are not facing any restriction as such. So we act as a bridge between what you're trying to trade. That's it. Right. Um, now, normally people use so say strategies like this, or people use indicators. Now if you can TradingView provides lots and lots of indicators and studies, so you can take any of those indicators and try and place orders. Now let's, for an example, see how to do it using, say, for example, RSI. It can be any indicator. The process will be similar. All you have to do is load that indicator. uh, the first step is your instrument that you want to trade in, whether it is Nifty, Bank Nifty, Reliance, whatever you're trying to trade. Then select the time frame and load the indicator. So once you have loaded the indicator, we'll need to create an alert. So when you're using, say, indicator, then you have to create two alerts, one for entry and another one for exit. So similar process, click on this more button and say add alert on the indicator. The pop-up is slightly different for an indicator, as you can see. For a strategy, it was a simple thing, one copy paste to be done apart from the webbook URL. Whereas here, you will see the tab is slightly different. One is you have to specify when the trigger has to happen, whether it is crossing up or crossing down. For example, if we are saying that if the RSI is crossing above from below a value of 40, I want a long to be taken. Then you have to say that okay, crossing up condition has to be met, and if the RSI is closing above that level, it has to be triggered. Crossing up a value of say, for example, let's say 40. Okay, and so you have to mention the condition and you have to mention the trigger, whether it is once only, once per bar, various things. Normally, once per bar closes, the value closes above the value RSI of 20 or 40. I want the trigger to happen. So is what we are trying to say in trading view. Then you have to update the message box. So here um, we have to use a different code. For example, here let's see this future strategy. Um, so for indicators, sorry, let me really keep it right. So for indicators, you have to use these codes, buy and sell. So since we are trying to set it up for a long entry, we can say that okay, copy this buy code and place it in the message box and give a name, say NF. You can say NF long entry. And in the message box, update the webhook URL. That please take it from here and update it here. So we have updated this code, updated the name and the webhook URL, and just say create. So this is for entry. As you can see, the alert that we created will also be visible on the screen at a level of 40. If the RSI closes above 40, then it will trigger a long as such. So, and to create a reverse thing, suppose if the RSI goes above, say, 80 and starts coming down below 70, you want the uh, long to be closed and a short to be taken, then create one more alert. So for indicators, remember you have to create two alerts, one for entry and the other one for exit. Easiest method would be to just go click on the alert that you have done for entry and say clone that and edit that. Edit that. Instead of crossing up, I'll say crossing down. If the value starts coming down, a value of RSI, say 70, and similar thing crossing down. Instead of buy, I'll say sell. We need to say sell for the same webhook URL. And that's it. Here, give a name, exit, long exit, and short entry, and say it. So you have two alerts. You can see them on the screen also. This is for entry. If the RSI goes above this and closes, it will trigger a long entry. And if it goes above this value and starts coming down, it will close the long entry and take the short entry. It is as simple as that. Just you can bring in any study, any indicator, and trigger order from them. You can bring in any study. Another interesting thing, or a lot of things people use is trend line breakouts. People use trend lines, say, suppose you say that, okay, if the price breaks this trend line, you can put in any drawing, extend this trend line. If the price breaks below this trend line, you want a sell to be taken, you can do that. Yeah, this is what we were looking at RSI. Yeah, see now it has crossed above, so the order should be triggered. NF long entry, as you can see here, it just got triggered at 11:43. You can see the signal here. You can see that the order has come at 11:43 and the order has been placed. And the portion is running. Now, if the RSI goes above and starts coming down, this value of 70 that we are given, it will close the long position and take the short position. So these are one-time setups, and after that you can keep varying the levels. You can drag it up or down depending on your requirement. So whenever those levels are achieved, it will trigger the buy or the sell order. Instead of 71, if you say that, okay, I'll keep it at 74.4, you can do that. Or you can edit it from here also. Go and edit it, and you can say that keep this at 85. See, you'll be able to see the dotted line with that arrow. It will show the level that you have set. So either you can drag and drop it like this, or you can edit it from the alert. So you create two alerts, um, one for entry and one for exit. Uh, Again, one-time activity, simple to use. Load your RSI or indicator and add an alert in the message box. Give the code which is provided by us, either for buy or sell. Yeah, suppose you want to take only long entries. Say you've taken a long entry here and you want to take an exit when the RSI starts coming down and not take the reverse position. What you can do is change the rule as um, long only. Here in our strategy, we have this rules. We have this rule called long only. So what it will do is it will trigger a long, and when the sell comes, it will close this long position and not take the reverse position. Yeah, I come. Okay, right. Hope you got that. Yeah. So what happens is we were looking at trend line based. Suppose there's a breakdown and you want a sell to be taken, a short portion to be taken. You can put your drawing here, come down like this. So on that line, right click and say add alert of trend line. Okay. And say that if the price is coming down and the bar closes below that trend line, you want an entry to be of short to be taken. So come and update the message box here. Take this code of sell, go to indicator and copy this and paste it here. Right? And you can say that TL short entry, give a name and update with the webbook URL. If you're trying to same trade with Nifty futures, then use that only and say create. So when the price, so you can see that trend line short alert is created. This is again one time that you have done. You can keep shifting this to any level. Suppose you want to wait for some more downside or you want to keep it here. And when the price closes below that, if the candle closes below the trend line that you have put in here, it will trigger a short order and it will get executed. As simple as that. So to use a platform to transmit your signals from your chart, the process is that if you're using a strategy, you have to create one alert, which is giving you buy sell signals. So whenever these signals are coming in, we will execute this on this. If you're using a indicator, then you have to create alerts, two alerts, one for entry and the other one for exit. And whatever are the codes or the symbols that need to be updated in the message box, content that needs to be updated in the message box, we provide that. So you are not, yeah. When you are using an strategy here, this is super trend, for example, it can be any strategy. Uh, Always, one more point to note is that you, people get in. There are a lot of studies available in TradingView which give show this buy sell signals, but actually when you click on the add alert section, it will be working as a indicator and not a strategy. Now, if it is a strategy, then you will get a pop-up box like this where the message box needs to be updated with a content similar to like what we are given here. Go to strategy and copy this and paste it here. This is if you're using a strategy. If you are having a strategy in trading view. Now we have seen a lot of studies which will have this. We people get confused saying that this is a strategy, but when you actually click on this, it will open up a box like this, which is if it is giving you a pop-up like this, wherein you have to define the condition and define the trigger, then the strategy that you're running there is actually an indicator. So you have to create two alerts for such kind of pop-up boxes, one for entry and one for exit. So if it is a long entry that you are trying to create, then update this with the long code under the action. Sorry. So action would be buy, and if you're trying to create a short entry, then update this with sell. This is the same thing that we are giving here, as you can see here. Buy, sell, short, or cover. So once you start using this, I think you get pretty familiar because it's very, very simple. The code is pretty simple. You have to copy this and paste it there. That's it. So if it is a strategy, just copy this and paste it there. If it is an indicator for long entry, use this buy. If it is a long exit or a short entry kind of thing, then use the sell code. That's it. So we have made the system pretty simple to use. So there's no coding or anything involved in this. Uh, Depending on what you want to trade, if you have an indicator, if you have already a strategy running, or you bought it from somebody, or you created for your own, you can use those simple things and yeah, our simple process and activate them. Now this, as you can see, the candle has closed. Below this, you can see the order has been triggered. You will be able to, this came at 11:50. You can go to Algomojo and check what has happened in this order. So trend line breakdown was there. Then you can see what has happened to that. The sell order has come at 10:50. Sell has come from this ID. Order has been placed, and the position running is 7,500. So this is trend line. Now there are uh, uh, if it's a price action based kind of activity that you're following, say if you identify that this level is a good support level, and say something here is a good resistance level, you want to take an entry when the price comes down and starts moving up, and when it reaches the resistance level, you want to take the close the long position or take a reverse position also. That can also be done. So process is similar. Instead of trend line, we will draw a horizontal. So we will draw a horizontal line. Say we'll put in a line like this. Say this is the support, and maybe keep this as a resistance line. Okay. So if the price comes below and starts going up, only then we want to take a long entry, because we don't know if this is actually acting as a support or not. We want the line to be broken or the level to be broken, and when it starts going up, we want to take a long entry. So you can do that. So here again, when the price starts going up and starts coming down, we want to take a we want to close the position taken here. So method of doing that is similar, like at the resistance support level, right click on that line that you have drawn, say add alert on the horizontal line, and you can say that price crossing up, because we want the price to go below that and coming up. Or if you say that, okay, if the price is just crossing wherever, when it comes and touches here, it might reverse or may not reverse, still you want the value to be triggered, order to be triggered for long entry, you can do that. Normally we have seen that if the price touches and starts coming up, you want to take an entry, you can select that condition. And if the bar closes above that line and you want to take a long entry, you can say that, okay, add this code here from my strategies, go to indicators and say buy and paste it here. So what we are typically trying to say is that there is a level if the price goes below this level and starts coming up, crossing up, I want a long to be taken, is what we're trying to say. So a long will get triggered. And similarly, if the price goes above and starts coming down, you want a short to be taken, then you can say that, okay, add alert on this line, right click and say add alert, and horizontal line crossing down. Instead of here, instead of buy, we will say sell. So give a this thing name, say, or it can be any name, resistance, yes, and say create. And for this, we were saying that the support. So yeah, support. Oh, sorry, I think I have I edited the same thing. So let me try and crossing up and at the support I'm getting. So if this level crosses up, if the price crosses up below this line, from below of this line, it will trigger a buy. And when it comes here and closes below this line, it will trigger a sell. So again, these are one-time setups. All you have to do is create it once and leave it in the trading view. Whenever you want to use them, you can activate them or deactivate them. And you can keep shifting them wherever you want it. Suppose you feel that this is not the support, I want it to come down further. I want, if the price comes below this level and then starts going up, then I want to take an entry. So pretty flexible in terms of handling them once you do the setups. Uh, can we minimize trading by yeah, yeah. See, trading view, once the setups are done, it is stored in the cloud. So you can close the browser also and leave it. Unlike Amibroker, you have to have windows open like this. And if you are running multiple of them, then you have to keep them in a visible mode like this. You have to have everything visible, right? So, whereas in TradingView, you can do these setups and shut down your browser also. Not an issue. It will keep running. You don't need VPS. It is already in the cloud. Amibroker, yeah, you will need to have either in your laptop high availability or you can use VPS. You know. So, uh, similar thing. So you can use Amibroker. The process is similar. You have to download the module and then put in the webhook URL. That's it. There's no other uh, steps involved. In case if somebody is using Amibroker, want to see something, then let me know. I'll be able to show them. Yeah. So we have tried to keep the process pretty simple. All you have to do is create an alert for a strategy or an indicator that you have, study that you would have, and define what is that you want to trade in Algomojo once. And whenever there are signals coming in from your chart, those will be processed and the orders will get placed for you. The only requirement is a couple of requirements. One is TradingView subscription are required, and you will need Algomojo subscription for Algomojo API. And in case if they are used, or you open a new account from Algomojo as the referral, then you get our API is also free of cost with all the features bundled. Always start with the paper trade. Try and see if the trades are getting executed as per your requirements, and then shift over to live trades. You can test up to 6 strategies under paper trade, and live trade, there's no limitation. You can trade as many of them as required. And the cost is fixed. In case if you're subscribing for APIs, the charges will be something like this. Um, After your free trial period, monthly would be 1,000 rupees, and yearly, if you take, it's about 6,000 rupees. So once you have the APIs from us, all facilities, all features uh, are available. Not only for subscribers, even for people who open an account with Algomojo as a referral. There's no additional cost involved at all. There's no other hidden cost, no other charges involved, except that maybe you might be aware that there was a system to be implemented from 1st of August in terms of static IP that they have pushed it to October now. So you will need to have a static IP. So in case if that gets implemented, then you will need to, there'll be a separate charge for the static IP as such, but otherwise there's no other cost involved. Anybody else? Anything else? Anybody would like to have a look at or understand about how to do the integration, how to use the platform? See, the SEBI has gotten a rule or wanted to implement a process uh, wherein any user has to send us static IP if an API is getting used, not for your direct orders, which you can place in your broker account, but for platforms like us, ours, where you're sending orders from, say, using a third party like Algomojo, then there has to be a static IP for each user. So if it is not happening, then it could get rejected, or it will not be processed by the allowed by the broker itself. So have a look at it. They have pushed it to October 1st. So every user will have a static IP. So there are different methods. There are different methods. Even if you use multiple laptops and VPS, what is happening is you are running your, say, suppose you are running your strategy in TradingView. It will come to Algomojo, and Algomojo is sending an IP order to the exchange through the broker. So Algomojo has to give a separate unique IP to you for each user, because uh, the signals are touching Algomojo, and Algomojo is processing them and then sending it to the broker, respective brokers. So right now, what we are using is a common IP. All orders are getting processed under our IP as such. So that is getting changed. So we will need to give separate IP for each of them. Sir, for Excel, for the expectation that you have, um, right now we don't have that kind of facilities. Sir. Excel integration we don't have, wherein it can manage your portfolio kind of thing. We don't have that. See, in terms of IP compliance, we are ready. We were ready to implement it for 1st of August also, but since it has got deferred, we are not doing it. But whenever it becomes compulsory, mandatory, solution will be there. There are various solutions for static IP being discussed by or approaches that are being taken by uh, different brokers. Depends on finally what will be the common method, or there could be a common method of doing it, or each broker would have a different method of getting IPs. As we get to 1st October's deadline, we will have more clarity, and based on what is the solution decided, the prices could be there for IP. Now, typically, in even say so your home computer or home internet provider, if you want static IP from them, they will per IP or for two IPs or so, they charge 2,000 rupees per month for static IPs. I think so. Um, but the solution that we are working on is, or we had almost got implemented. Not so expensive, but yes, there will be a cost involved. So, in case if you want to get live rates in Excel, you can try with these data providers. Let me try and check. I think they have plugins to for you to get data into Excel. Sir. I think yeah, they have data for Excel. You can check with them, sir. Yes, they have versions for desktop and servers also. Excel Lite and Excel Pro. So there's a global data feed, and I think Excel Pix also provides data for Excel, wherein you will be able to get live data with their plugins integrated to the Excel, and based on that, you can try and um, place orders. Somebody was asking about Python. If you look at this API section on the left side, and you will be able to get to a Python library, which will give you details of all the codes to be used and what all things to be done can be done. It's all provided here. If this is the library I was talking about for Python users, in case you want to place, say look at portion book, what are the code to be used, what is the information that you have to send. All that is provided under this documentation. If you are a Python coder, kindly refer to this section where we have the API under that tab called V1. You will get the entire details of all the functionalities that we support. So using these details and APIs from Algomojo, you will be able to fire orders from Python program itself, Python environment itself. Yes, that is the plugin. The bridge for Excel is something called a plugin or bridge. The functionality is the same. It connects to your data feed and Excel. You need that bridge. So Global Data Feed provides that plugin. So they will have the plugin installed in your system when you take a subscription and help you out in terms of getting those details. Yeah, so if you contact them, or I can ask, we are franchisee for Global Data Feed also. You can ask our executives, or you can get in touch with us on the to Algomojo. I'll show you how to do that. Our executives should be able to help you out in terms of getting you the connect between Global Data Feed, and they give a trial period also. Try set it out for 3 days. They allow trial. They should be able to help you to do the bridge for Excel sheet and show you for 3 days. And if it is meeting your requirement, then you can take the subscription for data feed for Excel also. Now, any other queries? Kindly let me know. So, as we were discussing, the process involves two steps in terms of automation. First is what we define, what we want to create in the Algomojo platform itself, a one-time setup that you need to do. Then you need to create an alert and trading view, again a one-time alert, one-time setup. After that, the systems can keep running through. So whenever whatever strategy that you are trying to run or execute, want the strategies to execute orders whenever the signals are coming in, it will keep happening without any intervention here. So we saw the super trend how it can be done RSI based, how it can be done, some price action based, how it can be done. So you can bring in any kind of study that is there in TradingView or Amibroker and follow the similar process. It is almost the same, depending on indicator or strategy. The process is that you have to select the symbol first, the time frame, then they create an alert, load your strategy and create an alert. And in the message box, what is the content to be added? We provide that, update the webhook URL. That's it. You'll be ready with the alert. And whenever signals are coming, it will get processed for you. When you are using an indicator, you have to create two alerts, one for entry and one for exit, long or short, depending on what you're trying to play. The indicator conditions are slightly different. You have to update the condition and the trigger. And also in the message box, you have to give either sell or buy. So slightly different, but process is the same for any indicator. And for any strategy, it is the same. All you have to do is follow these two steps based on whether it's an indicator or a strategy. If it is strategy, just one copy paste, one alert. If it is indicator, it is two copy paste, one for buy, one for sell, or entry and exit, and two alerts to be created. Again, one time activity. So when it comes to indicators, it will vary. The conditions could be depending on the studies available. The selections could vary. It could be crossing up, it could be greater than or lesser than. So look at what is that trigger should be, and based on that, you can update and create the alert. So if you are running option strategies, kindly look at how to set up the option strategies under a blog. Our blog is algomojo.com/blog. A clear definition of all the strategy implementations is provided here. A bit about our support. We are available from 9 to 5 and on all working days, Saturdays from 10 to 5. You can call us or contact us on WhatsApp 810-55-72233, or you can call us on 8550-828-228, or you can raise a ticket from your login, or you can send us an email, support@algomojo.com. We will be happy to revert to you and help you, assist you in terms of automation of any studies that you have. Thanks a lot. My name is Lokesh. My email ID is lokesh@infolab.com. In case you have any coding requirements, send me an email with your requirement. So we will check the feasibility and come back to you in terms of cost and timelines. In case if you have any queries, let me know. We'll be happy to assist. Otherwise, we can conclude as of now. Okay. If there are no queries, we can conclude the session. Have a nice weekend. Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to showcase our platform. We'll be happy to assist you. Please do get in touch with us in case you need any support in WhatsApp or call, or you can send us an email. Thanks again.